What's up everybody, Coach Mills here, coming at you with a brand new Overwatch video. And in this video, we're going to be breaking down a silver Hanzo. And this player thinks that he deserves a higher rank. So we're going to be breaking down all the things he does right and wrong. And then we're going to ultimately decide whether or not he deserves to be higher than silver, maybe into gold, plat, or even beyond. But go to the GameLeap website in the links down below for in-depth advanced VOD breakdowns over every single character in the entire game. Don't miss out on a chance to better yourself and climb the ladder with ease. But without further ado, let's jump into this Overwatch video. So right off the bat, let's talk about Hanzo on specifically Numbani. So when you're playing attack on Numbani, the enemy team is going to have the high ground, but as Hanzo, you can easily find opportunities to take that high ground. So that's what I'm going to be looking at your gameplay for. I'm going to be seeing if you're going to try to contest the high ground up here that we know that the enemy DPS are playing on. If you're going to try to contest that, take that, and that is a place that you can be way more effective from. So let's really break this down and see what you do here. Okay, so you're just taking some pot shots, trying to kill someone from up there. This is fine. Nice, you get a kill. That's great. That's great, especially on the Mei. Although playing Mei on Numbani. Okay, nice shot on the Lucio. So right here, as your team is pushing up, nice. So right here, you should jump to this top right here. So if you can hop up here. For one, like long range shots can work if enemies are standing still, but like a soldier who's actively dodging you, it can be really hard for you to get that headshot on him unless he doesn't respect you at all and stays still for too long. So this is something that's really important for you to understand about the difference between projectile and hit scan. When you're playing a hit scan and you look at a target and you press the action button, the fire button, whether or not that's the trigger on a controller or the left click on a mouse, if you are looking at the target and your cursor's on the target, that's 100%, right? With projectiles, it's different because of that travel time, there's always a possibility of failure. There's no such thing as a 100% consistent shot with a projectile unless you are literally point blank range and you're playing around with the percentages. Now, while I don't think that you could never get a kill spamming from long ranges up against someone who's actively moving like a soldier, the percentage is pretty low. The percentage might be 20%. Maybe 30%, and you're gonna have to keep firing and that soldier's gonna be able to trade damage more effectively. But you get to those mid ranges and even close ranges, you up that percentage to even higher, and of course it's gonna depend on your mechanical skill. But even the best Hanzos in the world can't consistently hit long range shots. You got to understand that it's all probability, and it's about consistency in your fire and setting up unfair or favorable advantages for you. So basically, after you kill that Mei, that's an amazing pickoff, but it's important that you take this high ground and you try to contest the soldier off of it, because your team is not going to be able to push up as long as the soldier is shooting them in the back, shooting your supports in the back. So this is kind of your job to accomplish. You already shot him once. You could easily have taken that high ground, and then you could pressure him out from there. See, he's just going to be like this thorn that is going to prevent you from doing anything until you go take that high ground from him and you can test him off. Okay, yeah, and then so you had an opportunity to take that from him and actually put yourself in a favorable matchup, but because you never took that stronger position, the soldier managed to heal himself, swing around the corner, and then punish you, and you were basically in this limbo where you didn't reposition, and then you just died basically for free. Okay, so you're just poking here. Yeah, see, these shots are going to be very difficult. Like, it's one thing when the Mei makes a mistake. Okay, so the Lucio is just strafing left and right. He's not even paying attention to you. That's a good kill, though. These are all just percentage kills, and it's a lot easier to keep shooting at a Lucio who's not attacking you back than it is a soldier where you have a limited amount of time to get that kill. So that's kind of the difference. A lot of times with Hanzo, it's about how much pressure is on you. Because, like, if a Tracer is diving onto you as Hanzo, and she's doing damage to you, you maybe get 3 shots to kill her, right? Because wind up, shoot, you're taking damage, wind up, shoot, right? Up against a soldier, it could be different depending on the range and things like that. But when you're fighting a Lucio or a lot of different characters, if they are not actively doing enough damage to you and they're still trying to challenge you or in your LOS, you don't have to be afraid, right? Because they are not threatening your life total, so there's less pressure on you. You have more, not only more chances to take the shot, but there's less risk if you miss the shots. So yeah, here, take this high ground. Take this high ground right now. It would be fantastic because their Mei's up here, but who cares about her? But the rest of their team is down there, so you could threaten their team, and then you can also threaten this soldier. So if you take this top right high ground, it would be amazing. I find this to be one of the biggest mistakes because we looked at a soldier VOD. A lot of DPSs don't know at the lower rank how powerful that high ground is. Something that you always want to take if you can, pretty much no matter what character, especially if you are a mid to long range projectile character or specifically a hit scan. High ground is gonna be your positional king, and it's something that you should always fight for. Yeah, these are like hard shots, and you're not even seeing that much on the battlefield. Your team's gonna win this fight, but you didn't really do that much here besides your early pickoff. See, this is good, although you kind of panic here a little bit. So this is something that you should probably do when you do this movement right here. So you get up right here, so the soldier doesn't know you're here. So you want to take your time with the first shot and make sure that you hit it. You don't need a rush yet. And you probably could have even used a Sonic up here before you jumped up so you could see him. Because something that you could do with Hanzo is if you charge that arrow prematurely and then you wall climb, it's already ready to go when you get to the top of the wall climb. You don't need to get to the top then charge it up. You can charge it fully, wall climb up, or you can even start the charge while you wall climb and it will be partially wall climbed as you wall climb up, so that all you have to do is half knock it when you get to the top and then you can kill him, or not kill him but like get a shot in, and then from there you just need to hit another body shot, or you could hit like a storm arrow plus a melee or whatever the case might be. So yeah, and like right here, if you had an arrow knocked, if this soldier jumps, jumping targets are really easy for Hanzo to kill because they're just floating in air, so you can just line up that headshot. But from this range, this should be your most consistent range, easy for you to get damage onto the soldier. And another thing is, you're moving a lot. You are going to be more lethal than a soldier. And something that's important about movement is when you are moving as a Hanzo, you're moving left and right and jumping and all that stuff, you're making yourself a lot less accurate. And the soldier, when he's moving, he's not making himself relative the same level of inaccuracy because he's a tracking weapon. So it's like, it's small shots that keep coming out and coming out and coming out. So even if he's moving and you're moving, he's going to still hit a majority of his shots. But if you make your shots harder to hit, you are not going to hit these tiny shots that matter. It is more important for you to stand your ground positionally, make sure that your movement is either static, not moving at all, or in a fixed movement like strafing left and right, into the play, like to the point where you don't mess up your own aim. Yeah, because you're just going to miss all this stuff there, yeah. Nice shot on him. Okay, the Lucio just has no respect for you at all, even though he's died to you multiple times. I don't understand. Nice, you got the soldier. So it looks like y'all are going to be able to win this. Yeah, so you say you need healing. You could have probably just went and grabbed the health pack, but it's fine either way. Nice kill on the Zen. So you're getting kills, and I like your patience with these long-range shots. It's just a couple moments where you really could go from doing a lot, because I'm not saying you're not doing anything. You're doing a lot in these fights. But there's a couple moments where you could have gone from doing a lot to completely dominating the enemy. And that's really what I want you to tap into here, because if you can bring up that value and just start to tap in and destroy the enemy game after game after game, that's going to allow you to carry more games, because I know that there's a large amount of games where you just can't have any impact in. Nice kill on the Mei. See, yeah, you're getting pickoffs here. And I think y'all will just roll through this. Yeah. So, moving on to this next part, there's this one more really big misplay. Besides the lack of taking those high grounds and the movement mistakes that we talked about, there's a big mistake that he makes up here that I really wanted to break down, because it's really important for everybody, and even in a lot of the lower ranks and even some of the higher ranks. People don't really stop doing this. Okay, so look what his team is going to do here. So his team, his Rhine, his soldier, a lot of his teammates are pushing up, okay? And he's going to stay back here. And he's going to the cart. So first off, his hog is on the cart. Terrible. His hog needs to be up on the front lines with his Rhine, trying to get kills. Because if you look at where the enemy team is, right? Imagine if you kill the enemies here. They have to go all the way back to spawn, and it's going to be exponentially longer for them to come contest. And on top of that, you're going to get free ult charge, and you're going to take free space. Now, who should be on the cart here? 100% your Zenyatta. He should just be He should be cart, bitch. But yeah, he should be on the cart. And you should not be here either. Because if you're up with your Reinhardt, who is protecting you, and you get a pick off, it's the same thing. So your Rein is up, which is sometimes the hardest part in low ranks, is to get the Rein to push up, but he's the one that needs to be pushing up so that the rest of the team can fish for kills and damage from behind the Rein, which you and the Hog could be doing, and you could be snowballing this entire point and never give the enemy team to contest, because all it takes is your Hog to get a hook or you to get a headshot, and then the enemy team is at a fundamental disadvantage, has to back off, or they're just going to lose the team fight for free. So you playing back here is actually a huge misplay, and it's going to prevent you from snowballing this. So, like, look at what happens. The rest of your team is up. Your Rein's up. Your Mora's up. Even your Zen's up. He probably shouldn't be up, but y'all should talk to him and say, hey, push the cart. But you and the Hog are doing nothing here. Your Zen gets picked off. You're not up there. The Lucio could have died if you were playing up there. Even if your Hog was playing up there. Either way, the Lucio could have died. So you already lost a person. You never had an opportunity to fish for a kill. You didn't have an opportunity to snowball this point, even though you were at a fundamental disadvantage, even though your Rein pushed up and took space. And now you're probably going to lose this team fight for free. And once again, you should probably take this high ground. Even if you don't want to contest this Hanzo, it's good to take this high ground right here. And you can kind of rain down as a cross angle. And if this soldier ever wants to come contest you, you can always hop up here and contest him as well. So still taking those high grounds. You're not really taking, you don't take the high ground at all really in this entire game. So it's something really important with Hanzo in particular, who can take the high ground on a whim. I'm not saying he should always play the high ground. Sometimes there's like a whole bunch of enemies on the high ground or tanks on the high ground and you don't want to contest that right away. But the second they leave, you could take it. The second there's an opportunity, you could take it. And you can always drop off at a moment's notice, and then you can always take it back up. You have the luxury of being able to transfer between the low ground and the high ground on a whim. But you could see how this team fight could have been snowballed really easily if you or the Hog, but it's your responsibility as the person I'm VOD reviewing to make sure that you're fishing for these kills, and it would have been a free fish if you were up here. So yeah, that's just really important for you to understand about these games in general, or this game in general. Let's erase that. And then yeah, so you're gonna lose this team fight for free. Could have been a snowball, could have been a one team fight. Yeah, so I think you get the picture from there. Honestly, I think that you're a better player than Silver, but there are some fundamentals that you are really lacking, and I think this video is really gonna help you. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hoped everyone that was watching learned something about the video. But if you want to see yourself included, make sure you send me a code in the links down below with the name you are, your elo, a competitive game. Make sure it's a little bit close at least, and some comments for me, and you could be included in one of these videos. But go to the GameLeap website in the links down below for in-depth breakdowns just like this over every single character in the game, plus in-depth guides, map guides, character guides. We got it all on the GameLeap website. So do yourself a favor, go check it out right now. But thank you so much for coming by. I hope you enjoyed the video. That's all I got for you today. I'm Coach Mills, and of course, until next time.